Once upon a time, in the electrifying world of NBA basketball, there emerged a player whose talent and charisma captured the hearts of fans around the globe. His name was Gilbert Arenas, known to many simply as Agent Zero, in part due to his lethal shot-making abilities. Gilbert burst onto the scene like a shooting star, dazzling spectators with his unmatched scoring ability and fearless demeanor. Standing at 6'3", he wasn't the tallest player on the court nor the most physically imposing, but what he lacked in size, he more than made up for with lightning-quick reflexes and sharp shooting ability. Known for his explosive moves, Gil struck terror into opponents, giving even prime all-stars like LeBron James and Kobe Bryant a run for their money. Born and raised in Los Angeles, Gil's journey to NBA stardom was not an easy one. While playing ball for Ulysses S. Grant High School, he was overlooked by many scouts and faced numerous obstacles along the way. However, his relentless work ethic propelled him to greatness. This dedication paid off with Gilbert joining the Arizona Wildcats to play college ball. Wearing the number 0 to symbolize the number of minutes most scouts predicted he would play in his freshman year, he was determined to prove them wrong. At Arizona, Gil's play was electric, immediately making him a fan favorite. He averaged 15.4 points per game in his freshman year and 16.2 as a sophomore. Coming out of Arizona, Arenas had the talent, but was lacking in the maturity department. This led to him slipping to the second round of the 2001 NBA draft. Initially, not much was expected of him, especially since he was a second-round pick. Gil wasted no time making a name for himself in the league. With his deadly accuracy from beyond the arc and his ability to drive to the basket with finesse, he quickly became one of the most feared offensive weapons in the NBA. By the end of his debut season, Gil posted impressive averages of 11, 4, and 3 on 45% shooting. His second season was even better. Dedicating himself to intense training and studying the best point guards in the league, he started all 82 games in the 2002-2003 season. He played well, averaging 18, 6, and 5. He won the Most Improved Player award that year and was named Most Valuable Player of the rookie-sophomore game during NBA All-Star Weekend. But it was during his tenure with the Wizards where Gil truly shone brightest. Paired alongside fellow superstar Antoine Jamison and later Caron Butler, he formed one of the most formidable trios in the league. Together, they led the Wizards on thrilling playoff runs, captivating audiences with their high-octane style of play. Gilbert's scoring outbursts were the stuff of legend. He had a knack for delivering in the clutch, earning him the nickname Hibachi for his ability to heat up like a Japanese grill. When he was getting hot, even Gil would yell, "Hibachi time! Hibachi grill time!" while on the court. Whether it was draining game-winning threes or sinking impossible shots with defenders all over him, Gilbert rose to the occasion when it mattered most. This is what truly set him apart. He thrived in high-pressure situations, embracing the spotlight and relishing the opportunity to deliver in clutch moments. Time and time again, he rose to the occasion, knocking down game-winning shots and carrying his team on his back when the game was on the line. According to Basketball Reference, Gil made 5 game-winning buzzer beaters in his career, putting him behind only MJ, Joe Johnson, Kobe, LeBron, and Paul Pierce for most all-time. That's pretty damn impressive considering all 5 of his buzzer beaters came in a 3-year span. It's no wonder he became known for his late-game heroics. The first year in DC saw him put up 19.6 points per game, but their record was awful. That all changed the following season. Arenas improved yet again, and it was backed up with winning as well. He increased his scoring average per game by 6 points and made his first All-Star game. The future looked promising, and Arenas was the definitive leader in DC. In 2005 and 6, Arenas scored a career-best 29.3 points per game. The only players who averaged more than him that season were LeBron, AI, and Kobe. He followed that up by averaging 28.4 points per game in 2006 and 7, a season that saw him earn his highest finish in MVP voting with 8th place. His 2007 season culminated with his 3rd straight All-Star appearance and a 2nd Team All-NBA nod. The 2006-2007 NBA season was a showcase for some of his best and most memorable performances. There was a 54-point outburst against the reigning back-to-back MVP Steve Nash and the Suns. A few days prior, Arenas outdueled a prime Kobe Bryant. On December 17, 2006, he scored a career high and a franchise record 60 points in an overtime win over Kobe and the Lakers. I say again, 60 points against Kobe. Wilt Chamberlain is the only other player to score 60 against the Lakers. Despite Kobe leading a fourth-quarter comeback, Arenas dominated with 16 points in overtime, setting an NBA record that stood for a decade. Even Kobe was impressed by Gil's performance, saying, "I don't think he has a conscience. I really don't. He was chucking out there. He took some horrible shots and he made some big ones. I don't get a chance to play him much, but I'll be ready next time." Lakers coach Phil Jackson was amazed by Gil's endurance, saying, "He made a lot of different shots, drives, three-pointers, and still had that energy left to finish the game." As the game ends, Gil, like the true showman he was, takes a bow at center court of the Staples Center as an opposing player. Yep, that was Gil, never short on confidence. A month later, Arenas explodes for 51 and hits a game-winning three against the Jazz. There was no denying it, Gilbert was a beast, and he knew it. After the shot, he offered a hilarious explanation saying, "My swag was phenomenal." Spearheading the Wizards, Arenas led his team into an iconic clash with LeBron and the Cavs in the playoffs. Despite his outstanding performances, the Wizards faced playoff heartbreaks in both 2006 and 2007, losing to the Cavs. Even though he lost the playoffs, there was no denying Gil's popularity among basketball fans, and at the height of his stardom, Arenas reached as high as 8th for most popular jersey. Arenas only ever made it out of the first round of the playoffs once, but he led the Wizards to 3 straight postseason appearances, the first of which snapped an almost decade-long drought for the franchise. Stylistically, Arenas was ahead of his time in many ways. He was a shifty score-first point guard who lived at the three-point and free-throw lines. He developed a reputation for taking and making deep three-pointers in a time long before the likes of Steph Curry and Damian Lillard made it commonplace. He would have been right at home in today's NBA. Imagine John Wall with Damian Lillard's jump shot, Richard Jefferson once said of Arenas. Sean Livingston, who played against Arenas in those days, said this about Gil's prime: "It was like a star streaking across the sky. He set the league on fire." Short-lived as his prime was, Arenas is still one of the most accomplished second-round picks in NBA history. He earned 3 All-Star selections, 1 All-NBA second-team selection, and 2 All-NBA third-team selections in addition to winning a Most Improved Player award. Statistically, Gil's numbers during this time frame were nothing short of astounding. From the 03-04 season through the 06-07 season, he averaged an impressive 28 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. His scoring was virtually unmatched among his peers as he consistently ranked among the league leaders in points and became known as one of the most prolific scorers of his era. Gil was only 25 years old at the end of this span. To put this into perspective, if you freeze Steph Curry's career at age 25, there's no 3 championships and there's only a 1-time All-Star. Gil was a 3-time All-Star and 3-time All-NBA player by this time. What set Gilbert apart from other NBA guards of his time was his ability to score from anywhere on the court. His lethal combination of deep three-point shooting, lightning-quick drives to the basket, and crafty mid-range jumpers made him practically unstoppable on offense. He was a nightmare for opposing defenders. In terms of comparisons to other guards of his era, Gil's scoring ability drew comparisons to some of the all-time greats. His fearless mentality and knack for hitting clutch shots drew comparisons to the likes of Kobe and Allen Iverson, 2 players renowned for their scoring and killer instinct. Gilbert's unique skill set and unorthodox playing style made him a truly one-of-a-kind talent. Arenas' career took a quick turn following the 2006 and 7 season. A torn meniscus in his left knee limited him to 13 games in 2007 and 8. He then appeared in only 2 games in 2008 and 9 due to lingering knee issues. Arenas showed flashes of his former self to start the 2009 and 10 season, opening the season with 29 points in a victory over the Mavs. But he was suspended indefinitely after bringing guns into the Wizards' locker room and later mocking the incident in a team huddle. Though he returned the following season, he was dealt after 21 games. The end of the Arenas chapter in Wizards history had officially closed. And just like that, Gil's reign was over. He was out of the NBA 2 years later at the age of 30. Gilbert's impact extended far beyond his individual statistics and accolades and off-court antics. During his time with the Wizards, he breathed new life into the franchise and revitalized basketball in the nation's capital. With his electrifying performances and magnetic personality, he became the face of the Wizards and helped transform them into a perennial playoff contender. Finally, after so many years, the Wizards had formed a team capable of achieving significant results, leading the team to its best record since the 1970s. Regardless of what you think of Gil's lack of maturity and the now infamous gun incident, his peak in the mid-2000s was one of the best in the league. He was a true superstar of the time, and for DC, he was as good as it gets. Granted, he didn't accomplish a lot in the team aspect, but Wizards fans appreciate that era for what it was. Arenas brought the Wizards back to the playoffs after years of floundering. He chose to come to DC and tried his best to help the franchise win. And for Wizards fans, it was a great time to be a fan. Gilbert once said, "When I leave the NBA, I want my legacy to say he played for the people."